What's up, y'all? This is your girl Queen, and I'm back with another video. Okay, so this is going to be a part two to the missing Custody boys. And this is going to be me responding to the comments in the video. Okay, because there is a few comments that I need to respond to. Okay. So let's get to it. I hope everybody's having a good day. Welcome to my channel, new subscribers. Shout out to my old subscribers and my new subscribers. I love y'all. Welcome. Okay. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I didn't hide no comments on my channel. That's weird. That's weird. That's weird, right? I don't have it on restricted mode. Like, what? That's crazy. I don't have my thing on restricted mode. That is so weird. Like, on my other phone. Because on my other one, it's not on restricted mode. So, let me see what's up. Yeah, I got comments. I can allow comments on here. And it shouldn't be no restriction. Alright, well, anyway. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and get to it. Alright, so there's a lot of comments, okay? We're going to start with Teresa Peterson. She stated that the police should make them produce the children. They know they did something to them. Of course, the evidence is slim, but it's there, and they need to do it now. Lori Vallow had to present her children and didn't. Yes, totally different circumstances. But as adoptive parents, with all the CCTV evidence, the boys was not there. They need to be put in jail, one or the other, or both. Talk. Just my opinion. Teresa Peterson, I totally agree with you. I don't know how much evidence they have, but obviously, it might not be enough evidence to arrest them. I believe if they had enough evidence, they would arrest them. So I definitely agree. Like, somebody should be at least act like you arrested. Maybe somebody will slip up and say something, or arrest and see if you can get something. But you gotta have, we gotta follow the law. We have to have a reason to arrest them in order to get somewhere. You got to be able to hold up. So I do agree, if they would push, they should push a little bit more. Maybe we will get somewhere a little further in this case. Then someone responded, Megan Lopez, I think the adopted parents are starting to turn against each other. They've been staying in separate places and nobody can seem to find Jacqueline at all. For Megan, I do believe, like I said, I don't know if they're actually turning against each other, because, like, no one knows. We can speculate that something is in the abyss, something going on, because we see Trezell at his family house, but Jacqueline is nowhere in sight. So maybe they're having some type of, you can speculate and say maybe they're falling apart. You could say maybe their marriages might be something going on in their marriage, or they might be having some type of issues, personal issues, or they could fall out or could be falling out due to this situation or possibly turn against each other. So, I mean, that's possible. That's possible. Alrighty, let's go to the next comments. Deborah Olden, the boys have been missing for months. The West had no business to adopt. Jacqueline's mother is a social worker, and I bet she's behind the adoptions for herself and Grandma West and Trezell and Jacqueline. So, I mean, that's possible. We do know that Jacqueline's mother is into adopting children too. You know, it's a lot of people into adopting. Basically, the family itself is into adopting and fostering children for financial gain. So you could be onto something there, Deborah. She also said the system needs sued for adoption and having foster children in them nasty homes. Well, we know that as what we see, far as Trezell's family house, it don't look like shit. Now, that we can say. I see what look on the outside. I can imagine what it looks like on the inside. But we don't necessarily know how Trezell and Jacqueline's house looked. They might not have, we can speculate they might not have had shit in there. But we don't necessarily know how their home looked. And from what I know, they normally do home visits, before they place a child. So they might have, cleaned up. They might be living nasty afterwards. But, you would think they would try to clean up because you got, adopted people coming by. And they're not going to leave no kids in no filthy environment or some environment that is so disgusting that you cannot live. But, they could be really nasty, like you said, and they just cleaned up for the visits because, they have to do home visits before they place children. Before they just place a child to live there, they do a home visit and things like that. Nicole Smith said, I like and agree with their opinion. I've been on this at day one, and I totally feel you on this. Well, thank you, Nicole. And we're here because this is just a very unfortunate situation. And those boys, they need to be found. So shout out to AV. Shout out to everyone down there out on the ground still searching for the boys. So shout out to y'all for doing that. Next comment. Hi, Yui. This case is so sad. Thank you, God. Blessed, sincere, and classic. I agree with everything you said. I think they burned the evidence because it was back in October when they killed the boys. That's why this case is taking so long. I think all the evidence was burned. Also, the liquor bottles found in the trash they were trying not to think about what they did. I do agree with most of the things that you said. It's possible. Like I said, we're all we can do is speculate. The facts we do have is not enough facts, to per se, but we can speculate a little bit. It's possible. Like we know there's things, we know there was a fire. We don't know for sure if they was burning evidence, but, it's very likely, high likely that they was probably, why else would you make a fire to get rid of things, right? So I do believe like they probably was doing a fire to possibly get rid of things and probably evidence. So you're on to something, Yui. Probably getting rid of evidence. I do believe whatever they did to the boys, they been did it. It's been a while. It could be months. So let me see. Yeah, and they did, like I said, when the police did go into the home, they did take out bags and bags of evidence. So we know that they're still evaluating the evidence. They're still testing evidence. They're still going over evidence. And far as the, Chief John, basically said that they're still testing and going over the evidence. So when and if there is enough evidence, hopefully what they got, bags and bags of evidence, is enough to at least scare them a little bit, scare them into bringing them in. Let them think that, they're being detained, or y'all got something, that y'all know something, so somebody could slip up and start talking. That's what I'm hoping can happen when they're done evaluating all the evidence. As far as the liquor bottles, you was basically saying that you feel like they was, drinking to get rid of the thoughts and of what they did. And that's a possibility, a very high likely possibility, how you read that they're drinking to suppress their emotions and feelings and not to remember what they did. Now, if they're doing that, it means they feel some type of way. It's in your mind. You having a feeling. So it got to be Trezell, because, I've heard some people say that sociopaths don't have feelings. They don't feel, and I've done my research as far as sociopaths, and they don't have empathy. They can't feel. So one of them is possible. One of them is a sociopath, and the other one has feelings. And I've seen people say that they think that Trezell has the feelings, the emotions. They can see it in his eyes. They can see that he wants to say something, that he has emotions. They can say he's the one that looks sad. He's the one that looks down. And a lot of people feel like it's more on Jacqueline. She's more of the one that don't care, yada, yada, yada. So, like I said, it's somebody's drinking. They got some feelings about what they done did. So, hopefully we're getting somewhere with that they feel so fucked up from what they did to those babies that they slip up and say something. That the guilt eats them alive. Megan Lopez also says that I've been following this from day one, and I've never heard that one of the boys had a disability or was deaf. Where did this come from? Okay, so Megan Lopez, if you've been following this from day one, then you would know that one of the boys has a disability, is deaf, that they have been trying since he was 1 year old, or maybe even earlier, teach him sign language so they can understand him because he has a disability. This came from the bio mom. Okay? Everyone that's followed this case since day one knows that one of the boys is disabled. That is deaf, that you have to sign. And they was teaching him to sign. So, I don't know, where you been at, boo, but one of the boys is disabled. That is a fact. Okay. She also says the younger one was born with marijuana in his system and fetal alcohol syndrome and spent in the NICU, so they took him away. She had a video on Facebook laughing about drinking and smoking weed while she was pregnant, and was still pregnant when the older one broke his leg and got taken away. She also doesn't have her 2 other kids. All of her kids have been taken by CPS. Now, as far as this statement or comment, I'm going to speak on what I do know. Now, we do know that one of the children's leg he had a broken femur, which is a part of your leg. That's why this is where it started, basically. Where CPS got involved, okay? That's what I do know, as far as the broken femur. Okay? Um, we do know. Let me take that back. Allegedly, all of the kids. Now, we do know that the youngest two is gone, but we do not know where the older children that the bio mom has are. We don't know what they are. Now, we can speculate and say they possibly have been removed or they're somewhere else. Well, we know they're somewhere else. How about that? Let me just say that. We know they're not there. Where? We don't know. Okay? But they haven't been like talked about. They're not really touching on those older children. But we do know that they are not with her either. Okay? We can speculate that they're not with her either. We got to be careful with our wording. Because I'd be damned somebody come over here with the shits. Okay? So let's be careful with our wording. But, yes, I have heard that all of her kids are removed, that the older kids been removed from the home. So that I do, I'm aware of. I'm aware of, the broken femur, how the youngest two got removed due to the broken femur. I don't know why the older two got removed. That has not been, the information has not been provided to me. So we do not know why the older two has been removed. I have not seen the video of her drinking, what'd you say? Drinking and smoking weed and on Facebook laughing. I have not seen that video, so I can't, comment on that. I know that the child with the broken femur spent time in the NICU, in the NICU, so that, I do know about that, but I am aware of the weed, the marijuana. I'm aware of the marijuana due to, that's one of the reasons why she didn't get them back, because she would refuse to stop smoking marijuana. And she had a card. The judge didn't care about the card. He still wanted her to stop, but he didn't acknowledge the card. My thing is, whether I got a card or not, if I want my kids back and the judge tell me I gotta do A to Z, I'm gonna do A to Z if I want my kids back. Okay? To get my kids back, I'm gonna do A to Z. Alright? So I don't know about the drinking in the video on Facebook. I have not seen that. I'm not saying it's not true. I have not seen that. I myself don't too much care for fake book. But I would definitely check into it. I will look and see if they're, it's probably not up there now with all this going on and the much they've been dragging the bio mom and just dragging everybody. I doubt that she has that, because that will be proving, that will make her look bad. So if I was her, I wouldn't have that shit up on my Facebook. I'm just saying. Marshall. What's up, Marsh? I enjoyed hearing your opinion about the case. Did you hear AV interview with the neighbor that lived in the back of the West family? She said that she never seen or heard any of the kids playing in the backyard. What I did, Marsh, was I tried to go find it on AV's channel. I couldn't find it, but I am caught up on, like, all the other videos. So I probably seen it, Marsh. I probably seen it. But I've seen a lot of the neighbors say that they never seen the kids, or they only seen 1, 2, or 3, and they never see, all of the kids. They always see some of the kids. So there's never a time where a neighbor has said, oh yeah, I've seen all the kids. We don't get that. We have yet to this day have a neighbor, a friend, a cousin, an auntie, an uncle say, I've seen those two younger kids this date at this time when I did this. I seen those two. There's no one. Don't y'all find that weird? No one has seen these kids. No one can give you an exact time when they seen these kids. Or an exact, fuck exact, a area of time where they seen these kids. Don't y'all find that weird? Like, that's so weird to me. That even neighbors can't even give you. And that means most likely they haven't had them in a long time. This is sad. Jacqueline, Giselle, what y'all do with them babies? Jesus, what did y'all do with them? But yeah, Marsh, I have seen on Avi's channel a few of some videos of the neighbors saying, that they haven't seen no kids, or a few said they may seen one or two or older kids. I've seen all those videos, but I have not seen any that, have seen all of the kids. All right. Shout out to Yvi Munoz. So she brought up the femur. Thank you, sweetie. Because I guess, some people aren't aware of a lot of things that's going on. So I'm glad that people that are commenting do know some parts of the case. But you don't have to run the whole thing down. That a lot of people have been following this specific case from beginning to end. All right, so her understanding is that the femur bone is the strongest bone in the body. It is. Always is questionable when it breaks in a baby. It is always questionable because the strongest bone in the body in the baby, obviously the baby didn't do it if it's not walking. And even if a baby tries to walk or is starting to walk and falls, you're not going to break your femur trying to walk as a baby. It takes someone or something to help you, an extremely difficult force to help break a femur in a baby. So you're right on that, Yve. I fostered a baby one that was removed from a home during the time the investigation went on. Okay, shout out to you for trying to help these kids. We do need more real people, that caring, loving people to help foster children out here. Because right now we got a lot of wicked people out here and predators out here fostering babies they don't need to be fostering. This young couple had no business adopting. I agree, Yve. No, they had no business adopting children. They had no business fostering children. They ain't had no business with their own too. So, I agree with you. Amanda Drews said, I feel like, hold on, let me go back. I feel like they never fed them and starved them and then disposed of them. Somewhere we will never find them. I believe they are in water and something with weights. All right, so let's start with the food. There are photos. A lot of people feel like the kids have not been fed enough. The mother also, the bio mom also feels the same way. She feels like they were underweight when they was with the West. That they're both the same size. So I do, I have heard that. I do know some kids are very small or small in frame, so it does depend on, the biology of the parents. But that's possible that they aren't feeding them. Like I said, when I said in my last video, the minimum of the minimum care. I believe they gave them the minimum of the minimum care, meaning the minimum food, the minimum water, the minimum clothes, the minimum everything, the minimum of everything. I believe they did the minimum. I do believe they disposed of them somewhere. So I'm with you definitely on that, Amanda. I do believe they disposed of them somewhere where we will never be able to find them. So I definitely agree. You said I believe they're in water somewhere with weights. That is very possible, you know, because this is the thing that I'm saying is like, this is the thing I'm saying because we have not been able, like, I haven't seen, and this is my question, why haven't we seen them with the dive team? Does the chief know something that we don't know? Or why y'all shouldn't be in the water? Because from what the chief is saying, what I'm getting from the chief is that he knows, which I know he knows a lot more than we know. But it's a reason why they're not looking. Like, do you have a idea that where they are? Are they with someone else? Do you not feel like they're deceased? What the hell is going on? But I do wonder why they haven't jumped in the water with a dive team in any of the bodies of water that are from Bakersfield to Cal City. Why haven't anyone jumped in there with a dive team? That is one of my questions. And does the chief know or feel like they're not deceased? Does he feel like someone had them? Okay. So I'm wondering on that because I really don't see them. I see regular citizens out here really searching for these kids, and I'm not sure what the Cal City Police is doing or why I have not seen them. Now, I know they've done search warrants and did searches in the homes and all of that, but I'm talking about like out there looking, like looking for the boys, looking like in deserts, in areas, in water. Why I have not really seen that, I'm not 100% sure why I have not seen that. But that's my question. Why haven't I seen that? Do y'all know something that I don't know? I don't know. I do know they know way more than we know. But it makes you wonder, what do you know? Do you feel like someone has them? Because, or are you waiting for their bodies to turn up? Are you waiting from someone to be driving down the road and see something and pull over and boom, they find the boys? Are you waiting for one of those? Or are you waiting for whoever that might have them and they're possibly still alive? Are you waiting for them to slip up? Like, what is you waiting on? Just a thought. Just a thought. Because normally, when you see missing kids cases or missing cases, you see at some point a dive team, if there's water around, they're digging in that water. They're digging in there. They're jumping in there. They're searching. I haven't seen that yet. So I'm just like, what's the hold up? You know? Just a thought. But thank y'all for the comments. I wanted to do a video because there was so many comments that I just kind of wanted to give y'all make a video on that. My take on that. And I'm going to come back with another video either tonight or tomorrow because it was something that I can't get off my chest, that it makes me so like weary, and it's about the case, but it's something particularly about the case that kind of is bothering me, and I want to make a video about it because maybe one of y'all might feel the same way too. I'm not sure. But your girl Queen is about to go. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And thank y'all for all the new subscribers. I love my old subscribers too. And I'll be back with another video. Peace.